in which he racked up 4 hits and just looked dialed in at the plate.
Yeah, anytime you get yourself 4 base knocks in a game, you're doing something right. You might have gotten a couple of gifts in terms of good pitches to hit, but, it's not about the pitches you get, it's what you do with them. And from what I saw, balls were flying all over the yard off his bat. Well, that performance was big for his team, and I'm sure they're hoping he can do it again in this one.
Okay, Eric, Steve, and I are ready for baseball, and we'll have it for you next on the show. Nighttime baseball now from the district as you get a look inside beautiful Nashville on the show. And a look now at the batting order for the visiting Milwaukee Brewers. EK, any thoughts?
Well, I think the focus has to be on the man hitting third. He's been on an absolute tear lately, hitting over 500 in his last 10 ball games. The baseball must look like a beach ball to him right now at the plate.
Lance Lynn, the right-hander out of Indiana, will be doing the pitching in this one. EK, what's the word on him?
Yeah, guys, in his last start, he won his 9th game of the season, so he's going for double digits here in this one.
Doc strides forward with a hot bat in his hands. Great numbers over the past few games. Lynn looks in. Here's the first pitch. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1. Eric, these Nationals, as they enter play here tonight, they're on a nice little run, winners of 4 of their last 5 ball games.
And the month of June is really where you begin to weed out the contenders from the pretenders. And with summer right around...
Oh, and now meanwhile, this ball is cranked out to straightaway center field, and this one is going to leave the yard. It's a home run. So it's a solo shot to dead center. Home run number 57 thus far. As the Brewers get on the board first, it's 1-0.
He got hammered, and he knew it as soon as he let go of it.
Andrelton Simmons steps in, and he's really been feeling it at the plate the last week or so. Definitely a guy to keep your eye on right now. The windup and the 0-1. Hot shot to third. Iverson scoops it up. Throw on to first. 2 gone. A time now from our nation's capital to take a look at the Nats starting lineup. Thoughts, EK? Anyone stand out?
I'm looking for a big performance out of that guy in that 6th spot. He comes into this one as Mr. Clutch in this lineup, carrying a batting average with runners in scoring.
So stepping in, Travis d'Arnaud, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. He's set. Here's the 0-1. To short, hit hard. Played on the backhand. Throw to first is in time for the first out. With a moment now, let's take a look at the Brewers defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, Matty, Carlos Gomez, he's a Gold Glove winner out there in that outfield. Very entertaining to watch. Very demonstrative, very athletic, and can make plays that you don't see many outfielders make.
Ramon Taveras will make his way in now as you get a look at his splits there on your screen. Drilled on the ground to short. Sardinius is there. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Batting 7, center fielder.
Doc is ready here as we begin the top of the fourth.
And you know, guys, I love a guy like this leading off an inning for you. He makes good contact, and he can run.
Lynn steps into his windup. Here comes the first pitch. In there at the knees, strike one.
Yeah, a little surprising he didn't offer it that one. That was a dangerous spot for a good fastball hitter.
Pops this one up just beyond the infield on the right side. Gordon is there for it. One out.
He might have had visions of another home run there. This pitch is right in his wheelhouse, but he winds up swinging right underneath it and popping it straight up.
Doc strides into the box now. Launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. And there's his strike right down the heart of the plate, 0-1.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
Lynn gets the sign. Here's the 0-1. And with that, we'll take a look at the current Milwaukee leaderboard to find that his total is currently tops on the roster in that department.
Yeah, they've been counting on him to deliver extra base hits all season long. He's done it again here.
Ralph Iverson will stand in here. 0 for 2 with a run scored so far. A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. A ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one.
You know, I think you have to ask yourself, was he trying to throw a fastball for a strike right there? Or was he just trying to set me up for that changeup away?
Hit hard on the ground to second. Oh, and he has some trouble with it. And they'll wind up with no play here as he reaches first safely. And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
When you're already losing, the one thing you can't do is give away more runs.
Andrelton Simmons will dig in. 1 for 2. He grounded out the first time and followed that with a base hit in his second plate appearance. To short. Sardinhas has it. Throw on to first is going to get him, and the Nationals blow an opportunity here, and that ends the inning. A golden opportunity to get on the board. Here goes for naught. More coming up from Nationals Park in just a moment. Yonder Alonso will stand in now. He's struck out and flied out. 0 for 2 thus far. Trying to strike him out for the second time. Chopped weakly to the left. Sardinhas is right there, and a good throw gets him. One gone.
What a difference 5 days can make. He's been a totally different pitcher out there compared to his last start. The command is much better. The pitches are much sharper. Even the body language tells me he's got things under control.
Travis d'Arnaud will try it again. He's grounded out and struck out in 2 trips.
Yep, not showing too much so far, but he's got a chance to make something happen right here. See if he can put those other ABs behind him.
Hit hard to short. And a backhanded try into the hole that's short, but this gets on by. Now a long throw to third, and he is in there.
And even with our score where it is, I mean, this game is not over. You know, if they can chip away, maybe get a run or 2 here, they can get right back in this ball game before you know it.
Doc will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ball game. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on. And they start him out away with a called strike. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. Hard liner to center field, and that'll get down for a base hit.
Well, he's homered, he's doubled, and now he adds a single to that total. He's left himself with the toughest leg of the cycle remaining, but he'll at least have a chance to pick up that fourth and final leg next time through the order.
Ralph Iverson steps in. He was able to reach base thanks to an error in his last at-bat.
Yeah, still looking for his first hit of the game, so let's see if he can come through with that one right here.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. 1-2.
Yeah, right over the top of that one. Double play ball would be a killer here, so he's got to find something he can square up.
Chop foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. In the dirt here. The tag, and he is cooked at first. Pedro Reyna digs in to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
Shows bunt as he gets this one down. And he sails it over his head. That ball's down the line, and this is trouble. And he's going to make it up to second base safely as he's in there. My word.
You wonder if this is a ball that he probably should have just held on to. Instead, he tries to force it to first.
Ramon Taveras will stand in now in what could be a real make-or-break situation.
And you think at this point you have to get something out of this inning. The further you get into that bullpen, the tougher it's going to be to claw back from this deficit.
First and second here with nobody out. And now a two-strike bunt attempt here as this one's down. And the throw will go to second as they get the force out.
Well, I guess you could say that this sacrifice was partially successful. He makes the third baseman fielder, so that's a plus. He gets one runner up to third, and that's a plus. But they do get the fielder's choice at second, so it won't be scored a sacrifice. So I guess that's a minus.
Coming to the plate now, Doc, and we'll see if he can get something into the gap to make it interesting. He's had a great game so far, but needs the triple to complete a cycle.
And you know, that's the toughest one to get in a cycle, but you can bet that he's going to try to stretch any double into a triple if he gets any chance at all.
Pitch to the plate is a sinker for a called strike one.
Oh, and you wonder if maybe he decided beforehand just to take a pitch up there first. Too bad for him because that thing was right down Broadway.
Looking up is Hicks. Gone! So a solo shot here to left center field, his second of the game, and it's now 6-3.
With the bottom of the ninth still to come, any little bit helps. Although there's nothing little about this swing. That was a bomb, and it pushes a lead up to 3 now here in the top half.
In now, D. Gordon, already 2 for 2. He'll look to add on right here. Flares this one over toward first.
He's safe.
And he is back safely at first, and that was almost trouble.
Boy, and how they get out of this one with only 1 out on this play is a mystery. This probably should have been much more than that, but they can't wind up making the play.
And fellas, as always, a few guys we could have chosen from, but out of everybody, that's the man who stands out in my book. He's our top player of the game.
Well, he winds up with 3/4 of the cycle. Couldn't quite squeeze in the triple, but that's all right. He definitely did enough to earn himself the hardware.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Brewers win it 6-3. Good night from D.C.
For the Nationals, 3 runs. The Nationals, thank you.